It's upside down. Let's turn it back around this way. That's more like it. Let me see. I had it like this. I had it upside down. Yeah, I'm on my break. I got 20 minutes. Somebody sneezing. They got the corona. I got 20 minutes with y'all. I spend the whole day working. Feel me? I'm on my break right now. Feel me? Regular. Greater. Greatest. Greatest. Instead of the regular, let's inspire ourselves to say something better. Anyway. Yeah, today is more like a working day. What else is new? Anyway. Yeah, what else is new? I was watching Jordan Peterson. They always competing against me. You know how that shit go, man. Always competing against me. I was watching Jordan Peterson. It's called Christianity in the Modern World. And they have some great topics. But these people are always competing against me, man. It's crazy, bro. Niggas is jealous of me, bro. Feel me? They just jealous of me. They do everything in their power to seek my attention. They are just wanting to seek my attention. Feel me? And this reminds me of Lucifer himself. You feel me? The behavior that they portray always remind me of a satanic behavior or a devilish behavior. Feel me? The jealousy, the enviness and everything else. Always comparing. Feel me? And those that they attack, they always attack people who they think are close to me. They don't even have nothing to do with those individuals. They just have, if they feel like that person is close to me, they'll get close to that individual, attack that person. I know I've said this millions of times, but it's starting to make sense now. As I thought about it, I was like, this is like a devilish behavior. I thought about how, because I always got to go to the origin of the sin itself. And I started thinking. Then I realized that even before the beginning, when God had the angels in the heaven and everything else, and God told the angels to bow down to men, and Lucifer at that time decided not to, he was jealous that God put humans in a higher position than he was. See, that's where jealousy first started from. Because he was always seeking God's attention. Everything that he did for God. Before Satan became Satan, hold on, let's see the time, because I don't want to have to dive too deep into this thought and lose focus. Before Satan became Satan, his name was Lucifer, you feel me? And a lot of us are Lucifers out here just walking around on our way to being Satan, unrecognizable, because of the things that we're doing right now, and refuse to see the things that we're doing. And it's showing you a pattern of where you could be. You start off as a beautiful individual, then you start being jealous of what God has done for somebody else, and you start comparing yourself and saying, I cannot, I'm greater than this individual. Why does he have this? You feel me? Look at me, I'm this, I'm that. Look at me, I'm pretty, I'm prettier than this person. Why does he have so much attention? So Satan was seeking attention from God himself. And God seems to be giving his attention to the new kids on the block, which were quote unquote humans. So he told the angels, yo, bow down to these humans right here. And the Satan refused and rebelled against God. And ever since then, everything that Satan has been doing, from the serpents all the way to tempting Jesus, all the way, that is a form of seeking attention from God himself. And then you look at it from, that's just the beginning of it. Then when you look at any other sin that somebody has been in a position of God, from the serpent, even the serpent was seeking the attention of God. When you come down to Cain, Cain was seeking the attention of God because Cain was jealous of his brother Abel. Cain was jealous of his brother Abel. Not because he was jealous. He wasn't jealous of his brother Abel. He was jealous because God favored Abel and he wanted God's attention. So he killed Abel thinking that now all the attention belongs to him. But even then, God was still asking for Abel. And he said, I'm not my brother's keeper, as the story goes on. And he kept on walking away because he was ashamed of what he has done because of jealousy. And I see that a lot with these small demons called Lucifers. Feel me? I'm not saying I'm God, but I am Abel. I am a human. I am Adam and Eve. I'm always in that position where God has favored me, and these Lucifers, these Satans are always jealous, and they seeking the attention of my God, and they just mad that my God has given me all the attention that they deserve. So they out here trying to destroy your boy. So I had to go back to the beginning itself. Even when God chose, even when somebody betrayed God, when God was speaking, when God had to speak to somebody, he always spoke to the higher person of authority. When it came to Adam, he spoke to Adam after Adam betrayed him. He spoke to the first person, which would be Adam. He didn't say, Eve, why did you do the things that you did? He asked Adam first. When it came to Cain, of course, Abel was in there, but he still spoke to Cain. There's a lot of stories where when people betray God, God always spoke to the one that he deemed was in the position. That's why I always talk about leverage. Don't ever give your leverage away. You feel me? This is still something that I'm going through that I'm still trying to figure out. Every time I think of something, I got to think of it using the scripture itself. To me, what's greatest source can I go through but the scripture itself? But these people are the devil themselves, you feel me? Now, I'm not speaking about a group, a race. I'm just talking about a group of individuals, feel me? That just love to hate on me. Feel me? They just love to compete against me secretly, you dig? You don't know who's competing against you secretly. Look at Cain and Abel. Cain was competing with his brother secretly, and Abel didn't even know. All because Cain was seeking the attention of God, you feel me? He wanted to be liked more. It happened to be that Cain was in a way, you feel me? And I put myself in a God position too, because these people are trying to seek the attention of me. And if I give my attention to somebody else, they decide to attack that individual. So I wouldn't have nothing else to like, and I'll have no choice but to like them. Yeah, that shit ain't never gonna work. You feel me? That's exactly what's going on. I'm not saying I'm God or anything else, because I couldn't be God, you feel me? But I'm just putting myself, when I look at that story, I put myself in the position of where God was during that time, and these people are the Satan, you feel me? They want my attention so bad, and when I decide to look at something else that I deem is worth my attention, I'm like, damn, shorty bad, like, bitch, you 100. In my mind, of course. They mad because they see the lust in my eyes as I look at these other people. Or if I give somebody a compliment, they just mad. If I give my attention to one of my YouTube subscribers, they just mad. If I see, like I said, bitch, you 100, I see a bad bitch going along, they just mad at it. They just like, fuck, I want that to be me. You feel me? If I'm giving my attention to something too much, they'll be mad at it and they want to destroy that because they want me to recognize them. And it's like, yo, don't you know Like God said, don't you know if you put in the same work as Abel, I would have give you the same attention? Feel me? Don't you know if you behave yourself and you start fiending and you start just being, I cannot, I repeat it. I know I ain't saying nothing, but I'm saying something. I cannot associate myself with people that do stuff like that. Like, you a bad individual, you feel me? You, like, I see what they do. They very sneaky, feel me? Very attacking people. Just because you think the person doesn't see it doesn't mean that you can't sense it. You dig? So I can't associate myself with somebody like that. Once I find out who you are, I always gotta let you, like, I'm like, it can't stand with my spirit to be next to you. You feel me? If I don't know and I'm naively around you, then so be it. But once I find out, then I'm like, no, I'm good. Like, you feel me? I'm good. You feel me? So this is how I see them. I see them as Lucifer. They're not quite Satan yet. You feel me? They're not down there yet. But I see them as Lucifer. And just like the devil himself, anybody that agrees with the devil hates you anyway. They do. The devil don't like you, demons. The reason why he don't like you, demons, because he's seeking the attention of the God that we all seeking attention of. We all seeking the attention of God. We are all followers of God, including the devil himself. So the fact that you join the devil thinking that you going against God, the devil hates you for that. He just using you. He's like, I can't stand you, nigga. I'm seeking. The reason why the devil do the things that he do is because he's seeking the attention of God himself. Plain and simple. Yo, shout out to Jordan. He kind of put all that shit in perspective when I started listening to it. I didn't even finish listening to it yet. Jordan Peterson. Shout out to Bishop Jakes too. He had a ceremony. What can I call those? The teaching lesson, the ceremony on his YouTube. It's one. The last one is called He Speaks My Language. That was good. So dropping bombs, by the way. Dropping bombs. He's good. Fuck good. He's great. When it comes to, you know, spirituality and everything else like that, it's very healing. It's good for you to attach yourself to these things sometimes. It's very good for your soul. There's a lot of things, like I've said, if I'm thirsty, I drink water. If I'm hungry, I eat some food. But when you need some real joy and some happiness, you gotta listen to some spirituality. You gotta listen to something that nobody else is really talking about. It gotta, like, something that you can't even itch. You feel me? That's that good source of intelligence. You feel me? Intelligence satisfies me. Like, I gotta listen to the right people who can spark my mind and have me thinking. You feel me? That satisfies my soul. You feel me? Like I said, if I'm thirsty, I go drink some water. If I'm hungry, I eat some food. But there's nothing that can, look at that, I'm even tasting it. I said, there's nothing that can taste better than just a good source of information that you never heard of, that have you thinking in your own mind, like, oh shit, bam. It's not just spirituality. You see, people can also bring, I can listen to somebody like Vicky Dillon who can spark my mind too, and that has to do with, like, her war briefing on politics and the world of black people and everything else, or Dr. Boris Watkins, or, you know, this one-on-one spirituality talks, or anything else. It could be any topic, but anything that sparks your mind is good for your soul, because they have you thinking. You feel me? Anyway, but I realized that these people are Lucifer. You feel me? In the beginning, in the stages of his comings, because he didn't repent. He refused to see what he was doing wrong. He felt arrogance in his behavior. He felt arrogant because of what God allowed him to do. These people feel arrogant because they take my kindness for weakness. So they think that they walk around what is it called? Boastfully, like, you know, arrogantly, like thinking that just because I'm a kind individual, which I am, and I really don't I really don't defend myself like I ought to do. You feel me? Because most of the time, the things that they do, I'm supposed to just start swinging for the fences like I'm Mark McGuire or Barry Bonds. You feel me? Or Derek Jeter. You feel me? But I don't do that. You feel me? I have control over these things, so they feel comfortable because there's no consequences for what they do, because I give them the opportunity to present themselves as fully. You feel me? And that's the same thing when in that beginning stages when God and Lucifer at that time, God gave everything Lucifer can desire. His desire was what made him great. You feel me? So God has given you the capacity to think whatever you can think of. Think about it. Yeah, I got 2 more minutes with y'all. If God has given you the capacity to think whatever you can think of and to fill it in, it's like going to a rich man's house and you see nothing but money on the floor, and he was like, "Yo, take as much as you can," and you got a bag in your hand and you fill up the bag. That's your capacity of the bag that you came. Let the car pass. The bag that you came with is how much money you filled in there and you take it with you. Basically, that was Lucifer's mentality. Lucifer, before he became Satan, had the capacity to think of whatever he can. He thought about just instruments, music, beauty, everything that's associated, everything that we lust nowadays is what basically they use against us. The music, the makeup, the hair, the booty and everything else, the lust, attraction and everything else like that. That's what Lucifer was at the beginning. That's why the devil always would trap you with his fine things in life sometimes. You feel me? Just because it looks good doesn't mean that it's good for you. And this is what Lucifer captured. You feel me? So he was drunk with his power. You feel me? That's why they said damn, how that shit go? With much, damn, fuck. I always fuck up on this saying. With much power, with much is required. With power, much is required. Some wild shit like that. You understand what I'm saying? Hope you get it. But a lot more was required out of you when you have that much power around you and when you have that much authority. Angels followed you and everything else. You were put in a position, and he became very arrogant, thinking that he forgot that the person who gave you this ability, you feel me? These niggas be forgetting that the reason why you even having this boldness about you is because you hated on me, my nigga. The only reason why you have that, feel me, people even the only reason why you even ain't recognized in any form or shape, this shit go all the way back to New York, my nigga. Y'all niggas know time of this. But yeah, the reason why these people even got recognized in the first place, nobody knew you, nigga. What was you doing before I came along? What was you doing? They can't answer me that question. They hate that question. They was not doing that. You feel me? You niggas forgot. Y'all must have forgot, so I gotta remind y'all. Feel me? The only reason why you felt the need to feel the way you feel right now was because of me. Feel me? I've given you the opportunity to express yourself in the most boldest way possible without any consequences, and see if you can think your way out of it. You feel me? To see if you was given that kind of leverage over somebody else, can you think for yourself to see if it's right or wrong, or if I'm taking it too far? I gave you that power, didn't I? Because you wasn't doing this. Most of these niggas was not. They wasn't doing this. Don't be fooled. New York, they couldn't even answer that question either. They was not doing the things that, I don't know what they doing now. They probably trying to do the same thing to somebody else now, because it becomes addictive to the point where you trying to stop being you. You can't even stop being you. You can't stop being you, because the person that you copying from, whose name used to be Lucifer, is now Satan. You can't stop doing what you're doing, because you're going to continue doing what you're doing, because you're going to become a Satan. You feel me? You're going to be dwelling in dark places. You already dwelling in a dark place. You don't even know, because you're doing things behind niggas' back. You dig? You already there already. You feel me? You might as well change your name right now. You feel me? I'm not saying I'm God, but I know the projection that I'm projecting and the path that I'm taking, I'm heading in the right direction. And I can see that very clearly. You feel me? 5 minutes. Now let's go back. I know I said 2 minutes. I done went 5 minutes. Feel me? And I ain't talking just to talk. I'm talking for real. That's why I call these niggas Lucifers. I call these niggas Satan. Cause, you feel me? They just can't. They can't. They actually project. They took it to a whole nother level by planning what to do next. You understand? You see what's going on? My shit is organic. When you see everything is built in truth, you see the grass and the land and everything else like that, organically. It no need to plan for real, anything else like that. Yeah, you can manifest truth into reality. You cannot hold. Look at this. Let me show you something, man. What's that? Oh, let me see. Hopefully you can see it for yourself. That's growing out the concrete itself. I said everything is built in truth. You cannot hold the truth back. No matter how much concrete you build through it, the leaves is going to grow out the concrete itself. Feel me? You know it for a fact. If they grow out the concrete itself, you cannot hold the truth back. The truth will always prevail. Just like a flower growing out the concrete itself. I see so many just walking by now. You can't hold the truth back, man. So yeah, Lucifers, feel me? We already know how the story going. I seen the movie already. It's written. It is written. You feel me? You dig? But I'm not gonna shout people out because they gonna hate on that person too, because we know how they do. Just like Lucifer, they're just seeking my attention. So anybody that I shout out, it's like they have to attack that individual. They're trying to make it in a way where I have no choice but to pay homage to them and be like, take everything from you, so you have no choice but to go the direction that they want me to go to, which is not going to happen. You feel me? Because even though you try to cover the soil up with concrete, guess what? The tree and the leaf, that flimsy shit still broke through the concrete. Cracked the concrete and still grew out of it. So you can't hold me back, man. Sorry to tell you. Feel me? But I'm back in here like I ain't never left. I'm going in like I'm coming out. No homo. I'm going in like I'm going. I'm going in like I'm going out. Whatever. All right, I'm gonna holler at y'all.